Hello everyone. In this video, we will see the new default warehouse configuration added in this module. Previously, when using the purchase multi-warehouse feature, system set a warehouse which set in the operation type of that purchase order by default. But what if user want to set other warehouse as a default? So for that, we provide a new feature. In that, user can set a different default warehouse. Now, we have added a new setting in the purchase configuration where you can define a default warehouse for purchase order line. Let's see how it works. First, go to the purchase. Then open a configuration and setting. Here, under the warehouse tab, you will see a new option called default purchase warehouse. This field is a company specific, so if you are working in a multi-company environment, each company can have its own default warehouse. Now select the warehouse that should be used by default for a purchase order line. Here I have a 2 company enable. So here you can see that we have a 2 warehouse for the Softhealer company. So I select one warehouse and save the settings. Now go to the purchase order and create a new RFQ. Select a vendor. Now add a product in the order. As soon as the product is added, the system automatically fills the warehouse field on the purchase order line using a default warehouse configured in the purchase setting. Here you can see that I set a default warehouse Softhealer warehouse 1, so it set that default warehouse in the purchase order line. If needed, the user can still change the warehouse manually online. This is useful when user have access to a multi-warehouse feature. Now let's add another product line. Again, the warehouse is automatically selected. Also, the warehouse field is now required for a user who have the purchase multi-warehouse feature enabled. So let's set another product and remove the warehouse and try to save it. So here you can see that it not allowed to save the data because the warehouse field is now required. So I set a warehouse and then save the record. So now it is successfully saved. Now confirm the purchase order. The system create a receipt based on the warehouse selected on each purchase order line. If different warehouses are selected on a different line, the system will create a receipt warehouse wise as per the module flow. So with this improvement, the purchase process becomes safer, faster and more user-friendly. Let's check how it works with a multi-company. So first here I select another company. Again set a default warehouse for that company and save the settings. Now create one new RFQ. Add a product in the purchase line. Here you can see that it sets the default warehouse which I set for this company. To summarize, we added a default warehouse option in purchase setting. The setting works company wise. The selected warehouse is automatically set on purchase order line. User can still change the warehouse manually when needed, and the warehouse field is required for a multi-warehouse purchase user, preventing a missing warehouse issue during a receipt creation. Thank you.